I think the ones you love, you always stay away from them, Even though the song is happy, I am just dancing like I have no worries or anything like that. I think that's what dance does for me, honestly. It helps me escape from my own reality. You need to enrich your life, then your dance will be enriched. It's like, I'm putting on a show, curtains are drawn, and before I go and I just vibe the last year and I let the curtains come out and I come out, My team had a very bad experience years ago, I'm talking like 2009 or 10.
So do you still finger that or?
I can still hold my 90s.
Oh, cool. You can still do that.
So shaking like crazy. Sangram is like the man of the house and my sister is like the father of the house. My mom and I are the kids and I'm the naughty one.
Yeah, of course you're the naughty one.
Our parents are exactly like us. It's just they have kids. All like good things take time, but they don't last forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of MisB Talks powered by ShapeYourSunday. This is your host Akash, and with me I have the Sambo Mukherjee. Welcome to the podcast, first of all. Before we jump into the podcast, I want to tell you a small story, like a life experience of mine, how I got introduced to Sambo Mukherjee. So I don't know if you know it or not. This was 2016-ish. Okay, when I was very fresh into the scene. I was just learning what hip-hop is and who all dance hip-hop and all of that thing. So my friends over there who in Dhanbad, they used to talk about a dancer named Sambo. Okay, so it was like, for me, Sambo was an urban legend. Okay, so there is this dancer named Sambo. He is a dope dancer. You should go take his class and all of that. Then a senior from my school, he introduced me to your videos. First of all, the Fullstop, your crew, okay, those videos. And then he showed me a few old clips of you dancing at the freeze. And honestly, I saw that stuff and I was like, oh, that is so cool. And that was like, that was my first introduction to you. And this is the day I'm sitting with you doing a podcast. And I'd never thought this would happen. So thank you so much for being awesome and inspiring me and so many others. And yeah, with that, let's start the podcast.
Oh, sweet, man. Thank you, Akash. I appreciate that. I mean, a lot of people think I'm a legend or something or a myth, but it's good to know that there are still admirers out there. I appreciate that, man. That's love right there.
All right, so let's dive straight into a few topics that...
Straight in.
Let's go. Yeah, no, we are not going to give you an intro. We're not going to give you anything.
Oh, shit.
Dive right into the topic. So one topic that I really want to talk about is the life of an artist is very different from other people because, we think a little bit differently and people don't get us all the time. And because of that, or maybe because of more circumstances, we tend to, step away from the crowd and step away from also friends and families. At times it gets lonely. Is that the case with you? And if so, like, how do you cope?
I mean, just look at my work. You can literally find my coping mechanism and my story both over there, to be honest, because definitely life with an artist is very different. And at least my life, I have constantly been away from my family and my loved ones because, not because it's something like I'm making a sacrifice or anything. It's just that I am doing certain things my way because it makes me happy and also it keeps me insane. It keeps me it keeps me completely sane, what I mean to say. Not insane. I'll go insane if I don't do it. I mean, honestly, life of an artist, for me at least, I don't think about loneliness that way, but I do feel it time to time. And lately more often than ever. Sometimes it becomes hard to not show it on your face, but you have to keep going. But if you really want to know how I feel, I think I've already done that through some of my videos and some of my lecture and some of my classes and stuff. Like I always mediate my feelings into my craft. So It kind of helps me cope up with that. I think that's the best way of coping up. It's just mediating that into something so it doesn't nullify, it doesn't become like absolutely like lost is what I mean. And I think that's the best way I could explain it, because I can frame a very beautiful sentence right now and explain to you how it is and how I'm coping. But honestly, it won't do justice because I think I've already done that shoot and I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
That's also, I'm still doing it in a sense, like it doesn't have to be a sad video, but I'm still dancing.
Exactly.
Like there's certain times, for example, just to give context to the audience, you have been doing my classes
Yes.
For the last couple of days for hours and hours.
Hours.
And have you seen, like, I always try to, even though how much hurt I receive, I always try to give back that much love. I just said bye to a very cute girl over there, Samu. If you don't know Samu, check out Misbehaving Beautifully.
You should know Sambo if you.
Yeah, I think you'll know Samu.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just said bye to Samu. It's quite late right now for her. Yeah, sorry. Like I said, you can see it. You can see that even though the song is happy and it's very uplifting, I am just dancing like I have no worries or anything like that. I think that's what dance does for me, honestly. It helps me escape from my own reality into a reality that I formed in my head, which is the best place to be. And sometimes when you are out of that headspace, you become crazy and you become lonely, you become depressed. So
there's another thing that the question that comes to my mind is, as artists, we like to express whatever we feel through our art, whatever our art form is, right? But that is not very evident in our actual work. Like as you said, that you may be sad,
yeah,
but when you dance,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
your face, your expression, your movement is so alive and so much upbeat, that the other person who is watching it, they don't feel it.
Yeah,
like
that's what I
that.
said. Like, I mean, I think they do feel it. I think it's just like a facade that I'm creating. It's like, it's like I'm putting on a show. Right before I put on a show, the curtains are drawn. And before I go in, I just wipe the last tear and I let the curtains come out and I come out, So no one knows that I'm sad or something like that. I think people kind of do know. I think that's what they connect to. They connect to a certain feeling. And the feeling is very subjective. Some people might feel that it's really magical. Some people might feel that it's very spiritual.
Mhm.
Some people feel it's very emotional. And it's very subjective. Like what you feel like, maybe someone who knows me very deeply might not even sense that feeling and just feel like, oh, that's just Sambo, he just knows how to emote and make us feel a certain way. Or maybe for an absolute stranger, it might be like crazy, man. I just felt like so much weight on my shoulder and on my stomach watching that man dance. So again, like I said, I think a lot of people do realize it, that it's there. Like the medium is happening. A lot of people do see it, it's actually happening. So yeah.
Crazy. Great insight.
Yeah, great. Actually, I hope so. Hey, there goes my crew member. She's also leaving. Yeah, Sri Lakshmi. We're going to cut to an edit of Sri Lakshmi's face. The most weirdest face. Editor. Anyway, yeah. Sri Lakshmi. Sri Lakshmi is right over there staring at me right now. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have an elder sister. Okay. So
So do I. I also have an
you also have an
Didi.
elder
You call her
sister.
Didi Bhai or you call her Didi?
I call her Didi only.
I call her Didi Bhai. I thought all Bengali brothers call their sister Didi Bhai.
So I didn't grow up in a very Bengali neighborhood and
Okay. You grew up in
household.
Calcutta?
No, I grew up in Dhanbad.
Dhanbad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So
You
that's
grew up in Tata. Which area do you grow up in Dhanbad?
like exact Dhanbad. Like where you went, IIT Dhanbad.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Never going there. Nothing against IIT Dhanbad people or the institution it's just that I had not me, but my team had a very bad experience years ago, like years. I'm talking like 2009 or 10.
Whoa.
Probably before that also, I don't know, maybe 2009. Years ago, it was a very bad. I'm sure it's more sophisticated and well organized now. But, it leaves something that leaves a bad taste. You kind of be like, let me just avoid it. Even though I'm sure things are much better now.
Yeah, they are actually. You should actually visit once to get over that sour taste in your.
Yeah. I mean, it's not nothing sour. It's just that I was actually very young when I experienced or saw something like that. So that kind of embedded in my memory. When I think of Dhanbad, I think of that place, especially IIT Dhanbad. I think of, oh my God, that moment.
Yeah, a lot has changed since then, honestly.
But all love to Dhanbad people, man. All love to them. I have a couple of students from that place, and even Akash is from there as well. So a lot of love to the people over there.
Thank you so much.
Much love.
As I was saying, so you have an elder sister.
Yeah, Didi Bhai, 5 years older than me.
Yeah, and my sister is like 12 years older to me, honestly. Okay, so but because of the age gap, we didn't like bond as much, and we didn't spend a lot of time together because she got married very early on when I was.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask if she's married.
Yeah, she got married. So I spent most of my like childhood as a single child only, So I didn't have any siblings and all. You have an elder sister and also a twin brother, right?
Yes.
And also and he's also a great dancer.
Yeah. I mean, Sangram, honestly, Sangram is a true artist. That's why it's very tough for me to give myself that tag and that baggage of being an artist, because I feel like I'm just getting started. A lot of people think, like this idea of me, I know I'm cutting off in between mid-question, but since you're speaking of Sangram, it's important to address this, how I actually feel about him. A lot of people think of me as like they look up to me, they love me, they appreciate. I do see that, I do appreciate, but I feel I'm just getting started, honestly. I still feel I'm just getting started, and I have a lot to not prove, but to attain. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to feel a lot more, and I just want to let go of a lot of my old self, which is like the chaotic, the dark side of me, I think that's one thing that I'm very worried about myself, is that I'm letting that consume me too much, to a point where I'm not able to create that facade anymore, because there are sometimes people, and I feel Sangram is also someone similar like me, but he is able to channel and put it across in such a beautiful way, his life and his pain and his success and his story, or maybe or just an idea. It's incredible. Like, he's not just like a dancer or just like someone who curates acts or choreographs or like does theater or organizations that he works with, or as a teacher, like an educator teaching in college and school, like teaching subjects, apart from dance. It's just a lot that he's doing. And at the same time, he's the only one who's actually living with my mom, our mom, because my sister also lives outside. I live outside in a different city. She lives in a different city. Only my mom and Sangram are the only one who's home with, obviously, Coco. And even Sangram keeps traveling. Like, he was just recently in Paris for a month, and before he was there for another couple of weeks. So he came back, instantly left for Bangalore. So he's also like occupied. It's nothing like he's not busy. It's just that he doesn't really highlight what he's doing with his life. It's very casual for him, like the way he lives his life and how humble and grounded he is. Like, it's not that he's putting this up or something like that. It's just, I live with him, wherever I lived with him, rather. And he's just like that. Like, he is the man of our house, to be very honest. It's crazy, because a lot of people, this might be an insight to a lot of fans and viewers, that Sangram is like the man of the house, and my sister is like the father of the house, and where my mom and I are the kids, and I'm the naughty one.
Yeah, of course, you're the naughty one. Of course.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy to see the dynamic we have in our family. And honestly, I mean, when people tell me that I'm an artist and this and that, I feel they don't even know what my brother is like and what my sister is like, because they actually are the ones who are dabbling life and art and their mental health and their spirit, I am just happening to create a better facade of it, and just happen to just come under the radar of a lot of people because of my craft and my work over the years. But these three people have been in the process of who I am and how I have become this person. So it's crazy, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
And that is what my question was gonna be actually. How does it feel like? What's to have a brother, to have have siblings who are so much into art, and also you know, uh, like uh, I've never felt that way. Like, was it a good thing, or was it a bad thing? Was there a pressure sort of thing?
I mean, it's very normal. Like anyone who has siblings and their own brothers or sisters, I don't think they are like, oh my God, my brother is an artist. They're not like that. It's very normal. Like how is with your sister is probably with my sister
Yeah.
or my brother. The dynamic might be a little different depending on the how
Yes.
close you are. But it's very normal. It's not like I'm like crazy or something. It's just that, since I don't see my mom, my brother and my sister very often, like it's very rarely I see them.
Mhm.
When we talk of like, if we are talking about them and if something is going on, then, then I think about all these steps.
Yes.
It's not like, with them, I'm like, I don't think I am like very appreciative, but they are though. My sister especially is like, she's always constantly reminding me, my mom, my brother, even my mom as well. Both of them are actually very similar. They keep reminding us, where Sangram is more like, yeah, whatever type. And I am usually the one who is like, also whatever, but I also care because it matters to me what they think of me. So whenever away, I do think about all this, like how amazing my family is. Like even though it's like not a perfect family, like how everyone says, like, oh my God, like it's,
There is no perfect family.
but like it's amazing, like how they are and how we have come out, all of us together as a family. We have come out from our dark places because it's not like I have a very merry life all my life. There were a lot of obstacles and battles in our life which we had to overcome, which is obviously not going to surface on the internet or in a podcast or something because no one really knows about it. It's our personal life.
Yes.
So we know, more of us know what we have come out of, how we are coping up, because in a way we all are so broken that we put ourselves back together with each other.
Yeah, that's so beautiful, honestly.
And I think that's the best part. And I hope I can keep the pieces with me. Yeah.
I understand that, and I really feel that.
Yeah.
And I also feel like family plays a very, very important role in,
especially when you're getting older, you realize that.
Yes.
Not when you're a rebel and young, which I was. The more older you get and the more away you're from them, you tend to, I think the ones you love, you always stay away from them, at least for my life, everyone I loved has always been away from me or have not been with me. And obviously my family is on top of the list and I don't get to see them very often or talk to them. Not because it's like circumstances like this, just like my lifestyle is so hectic and so occupied and so productive, that I don't get time really to like just sit down and just sit down and do nothing. I miss that. I miss just like sitting down and doing nothing. Kind of, yeah.
But maybe that would come with coming of age, I believe.
Yeah. The more old I get means I can't move up. Then literally,
it's not like you can't move. Maybe you like. I listen to Jordan Peterson a lot. Okay, yeah. So he said like as you grow older, you get more and more connected. You're more connected to your family.
Exactly. I'm definitely. I won't say like getting closer, but I do feel.
Yes.
Like I don't know. It's very stupid. Maybe some people might find it strange, but when I do video call my mom or she calls me, I do see the wrinkle or the white hair.
Yeah.
It really bothers me. It's like
it does.
It's like, damn, they're getting old. She's getting old and I need to be there. But it's crazy. My mom is fit as hell though. She does all these rope things and like at that age, and she's like, goes to the gym. She works out at home. She has a proper diet. And it's crazy, like the transformation. Like imagine after all these years, she's finally, it's like, I'm going to do things my term. And it's amazing to see like, that in my family, like I said, like my family is pretty inspiring and crazy because all of them are fighting their own battles and they are all broken. But together we put ourselves back together, all pieces come together, somehow they fit. So
as time passes on, I also feel the same. Like I've always been a rebel kid, and now like even today I can't speak very like, in a nice tone with my mom. It always ends up in an argument, And I
but
regret
trust
that.
me, brother,
I
trust
regret
me.
that.
Yeah, I don't. Of course, there'll be a lot of people in your life who will love you and support you, but no one, I'm telling you, will support you like your mother. Like, they will always be your number one unconditional fans, whether you like it or not. And I am not trying to be insensitive towards those people who do have a bad upbringing with their mom or dad or family abuse. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or insensitive, but in the end, no, our parents are exactly like us. It's just they have kids. That's why they panic more and they are always like worried and stuff like. But they exactly us. The older I get, I realize that I am a lot like my mother, or my mom's a lot like me. Like, it's just that she happened to have kids and she's getting old, and I see it now. I see like why she is the way she is when I was a teenager or I was a toddler or a kid. Not toddler. I mean, obviously I don't have much memory like that, but like young, very, very young. So yeah, man.
Do feel that you said that in the class also to me the other day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like our parents are just us.
exactly.
Just that they have
The
kids.
class fight was so intense that everyone cried.
Yeah,
Man,
that class. And just yesterday I was talking to my mom and I felt that what you said.
yeah,
And yeah, it was really it's really insightful and it's really good.
yeah. You start seeing him in a completely different light. Then you don't fight with them, you don't argue, you don't you try to become the because I'll tell you something. Try becoming their friend, because
Yes.
she will always be your mother. That will never be replaced. But try being her friend, because she's actually trying to be your friend. Like, think about it, man. You might have a girlfriend or a wife. They might love you, care about you and everything, but no one like your mom, because she actually gives a fuck about you. Whether you are right or wrong, she wants you to win. And it's a very beautiful bonding, which I don't feel. It's there in nature. Like, it's a very beautiful bond of a mother and a child. And it is something that, you only crave when they're gone.
Yeah.
And I think I've come in a stage in my life where I've realized that I'm halfway there of not spending too much time. And now I want to spend too much time, but I have so much on my plate that I'm trying to find a way to live a life where I can spend whatever remaining time I have is with her, but at the same time also fulfill the dreams of the young Sambo, who dreamt all this. It's like a very weird
I feel you
place
completely.
I am in right now, to be very honest.
Feel you completely.
Yeah. 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 Oh shit. Speaking of that,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I
My
saw that.
mom is just calling. You see, I have my mom and my sister as so, because both are like mama. I don't know if the camera sees this. Yeah, editor zoom in. Yeah. But yeah, we'll probably get this later. She'll understand I'm working. This is what I mean. This is what happens. See, now a lot of viewers might think that, oh, that's rude, you should just pick up. But I am such a person. If I am here with you, my heart, mind, body, soul, spirit, everything is here. That's just how I am. It will be injustice to her and you if I interrupt midway and I talk to her and then I come back. Because I'm a person, I lose focus like that. Because no matter how much people think that, oh my God, you're so good, you're so
Calm and composed.
and your dancing is like breezy, effortless. Man, I have flaws too, man.
Yeah.
I'm fighting that every day. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back to it sooner or later. Yeah.
Okay. We talked a lot about this.
Oh shit, man.
So we went into our own rabbit hole.
I think that's what podcast all about, right? Give the views and insight about life of the artists they look up to, instead of just talking about dance and general stuff like how do you make a choreography. I mean, those questions that are important for new listeners and people who are getting to the seat. But sometimes these kind of platforms and mediums should be to exchange dialogues and conversations,
Yes.
intellectual ideas which make us who we are.
100%. I do believe that.
I totally believe in flow. Like whatever we're having is just flowing
Yes,
back and forth.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
And it's very important. Like, this shapes our dancing. This shapes our artistry. The relationship that we have with ourselves, the relationship that we have with our parents, our siblings, that shapes us.
Yeah.
Like, I feel
because
that.
like a lot of elements, like like today in class, one of the students were talking about the experience we were all having an exchange of dialogues and stuff like that. And someone mentioned in class like how there's like a discipline, a style has these elements, but element is also knowledge, which is actually knowledge of ourselves.
Ourselves,
and
yes.
not like just like the history or anything, but ourselves as well, which is kind of like, that's why I love teaching and sharing with people, because a lot of people also share their insight and ideas as well. So this was not, obviously I didn't say this, but someone else said this and I was like, so intrigued by that. It's pretty interesting that, if you have to have an awareness about yourself and about your feeling and embrace that. Because most of my life I fought my depression and my feeling, and I kind of buried that insight so deep, and now it's becoming difficult because that deepness has sprouted into a plant and is growing everywhere, So right now I'm just plucking out the branches. Yeah. Sorry.
No, you don't have to be sorry.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I guess all of us are going through that in some other way.
Yeah, but we all have our own baggage.
And
it's not just me.
we,
everyone, we have our own baggage. It's just some people happen to just handle it better,
And this message, like the message that we all are having, this it will help. Maybe I think that this will help cope other people who are going through similar stuff or different stuff, but they're sad or depressed or something happening.
I hope so, man. I mean, I'm always hopeful. Like, I truly believe that one person's misery can inspire an entire generation, and I even have that in a video of mine.
Yes.
Which was a goodbye to someone that I loved dearly for many years. And it was my way of like concluding that, I've let go. But at the same time, I wanted to remind people that sometimes, like I said, all like good things take time, but they don't last forever. It's a very sad reality. And I've come in terms with that, and I've accepted that. And that's what breaks my heart, that I realized this too early in my life.
Yeah, this thing. I think a lot of times, mostly at night when I'm all alone, sitting in my bed, staring at the TV. Yeah. So this comes to my mind a lot. Fuck, man, I should not have like given up on a lot of things. Maybe I should have gone out with my friends. Maybe I should have partied more. Maybe I should have been more reckless. And
my God, just like scaring me.
Then again, I think no, all of these things made me.
Yeah. So it's important that every chapter should be embraced, and put in there. Even though it might be an embarrassing chapter, it should be there.
Exactly.
Because it makes the book interesting. I was like, oh my God, Sambo.
Yeah, this thing is going to a different direction, but I'm loving it so much.
Yeah, me too, man.
I really have these kind of dialogue because I guess maybe because podcast is not so familiar, like dancers are not so familiar with podcasts, maybe, or maybe dance podcasts are not to be perceived in this way.
Yeah,
maybe
I think you're right about that. But also, there is a certain niche and a crowd there who do listen. I mean, see, because there are a lot of people out there who do consume this thing, but it's a very minority niche of a crowd, like it's not like everyone is like, oh, wow, podcast on a call. I don't think any dancer like suddenly will come in, but there are dancers out there. I mean, you have to understand, we live in a country with billions of people. There are at least 1 million dancers out there. And probably out of there, a couple of thousands, lakhs of people who are probably, they know about the culture and the subculture. Amongst them, probably hundreds are probably doing this. And in that 100, probably a few couple who are like probably consuming this medium, it's for them.
It's for them. It is,
because the ones who actually want to have an insight to like someone like me, like, maybe someone like, I found this guy on the socials and I like the way this person lives their life and the way they teach dance and stuff. And suddenly you can see like a link or a story to like a podcast or a plugin, and then like I said, it won't be those thousands of people. It'll be probably a couple hundred or max. So I can tell you very modestly, maybe 10. But 10 seems a very small in a platform. It feels like, oh my God, I'm not doing well. But you don't understand, 10 people in a room is crowded.
Yeah, it's a full class. Like, sort of
a full class. Yeah. Unless you're like, I don't know, like you're planning to have 1,000 people in a class. But 10 is a lot of people.
Then there's a lot of people.
10 different people, 10 different opinions, 10 different lives, 10 different experiences, different upbringings. You understand? So it's a lot. And I'm able to convey to 10 people, matlab, it's more than one. It's a party, you know? So yeah, we kind of take that for granted because it has become such a numbers game that we don't realize that changing one person's life is a lot.
Yes, and as you were saying in the class when you were, teaching us the history of hip hop and how it evolved, there were like a few people doing it, and then they taught a few other people, and only one person took something from them.
Yeah, like
That's
each
how
one,
it branched,
yeah,
you know?
teaching. Yeah, I mean sharing and teaching each other. That's always been a thing. Actually, that's also the way I also learned dancing is through sharing and teaching with each other. Because I was never fortunate to have a studio or like a studio space like that. Probably growing up after becoming a little famous after Footloose and other local competitions and city competitions and national competitions. Obviously, you build a name and studios associated with you and stuff like that. But we would never had a space where at least we could go, like how MisB is, like you'd have a designated area where everyone is like hanging out, dancing, chilling. There's so much going on. I think we didn't have that. So that's why we took it so seriously. We made every moment count, you know? And we learned from each other. We literally, like not just dance or but life in general. We had great moments, bad moments, hysterical moments, legendary moments. So there were like all of these factors that played. And these kind of things affect your dance.
Absolutely.
Like I always tell my community students, which I teach in Mumbai, India, that you need to enrich your life to enrich, then your dance will be enriched. And because if you're just constantly focused on enriching your dance, you're not bringing anything to the dance because you're not bringing yourself to it. You're just trying to replicate a system or a technique or a community or a culture because it happens to be happening or very attractive.
Yes.
It's like you are bathing yourself in glitter, but you're still not shining.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like you need to experience life and live a full life. And while living, you need to come back to your art or whatever your art is and somehow mediate that. Now, that is where the task comes in. You know, that's what differentiates an artist from a normal person who doesn't know how to mediate. But the normal person connects the most. If you don't realize, I've noticed that when you create something, it is the norm that is actually understanding and appreciating and relating. Usually it's our peers who, very rarely, ones who love you and supportive will always understand and communicate. But it's usually the norm which is open to the subject of, like, say I've accepted the fact that when I create something, I don't create. When I put something out, it is open for discussion.
Yes.
Anyone can discuss over it. It's like, do whatever they want. And I'm okay with that. I accepted that. I cannot go and change them, manipulate them, and stuff like that. My point is to put it out there. And it's the norm who can relate and connect and this and that. And that's a very beautiful thing, you know. We need to realize that we need both. You need to be an artist and also you need to understand that your art is not like, it has to be understood by everyone. It cannot, like, you know, like you can't get upset over that. You cannot. Some people will get it, some people will not get it. And you have to keep creating and just put it out there and let the world decide how they want to take it. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's very important to really understand that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I guess like we have grown very impatient today and very, we expect something like, for example, if you're putting out a video, there is an expectation that, oh, these many people will watch, at least these many people will like it. You know, there'll be some comments.
I have this expectation.
Yeah, this detachment from that thing should be there, you know.
Yeah,
this is something I also have to learn.
Yeah.
You know,
I have learned the lesson. It's not like I was always like this. I have learned that, you know, there's no point of trying to run this rat race. See, I think I'm going to win. See, like I said something in class as well. It's a dog eat dog world, but every dog has its day. You know, like, so there's no point like trying to prove yourself over and over or try to sell yourself over and over. The best you can do is if you love something, put it out there. See, max to max, someone's going to hate on you for trying. But think about this. You are at least trying to do something. And if the something is appreciated by 5 people, it doesn't matter. And it also doesn't matter if it's appreciated by 500 people. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are doing something and you're putting it out there. Now, I know this is very hard. A lot of people will disagree with me, which is fine, man. Like, totally, that is totally okay with me. But I truly want them to, my message is that just put it out there, because I feel people connect more with like your imperfections than your perfect self.
I believe that too, and I've experienced that, like even through the videos that I put out and all of that.
Yeah.
The finest work that I feel, oh, this thing, I have killed it in this one. That video just wouldn't work.
Many people feel that. Many people.
And
Many people feel
and then one video I was like, I should not put this out, man. This is so like embarrassing. This is
I
nothing.
don't even think, if you see, I don't know if you see my gram, I don't even, I just upload. I don't even, no caption, no tag.
That thing, yes.
Stop. It's just that I don't care anymore. I don't care if it's reaching the right audience. I'm not here to play that game. I'm just here. See, like I said, we were having a discussion to wrap this up. You cannot complain about social media that much because you signed up for the terms and conditions, and they are an open source. So their aim is to just grow, because that's what the board of directors want. They want growth. They want profit, and they will do anything to put more features to get you hooked, to get you more engaged. They will probably open more threads and apps and stuff to get you more indulged in it. Because their whole idea is growth. Now, when you are subjectively, like when you are there, you're already in it, and things are not working out, you have to understand that it's like a contract you sign, and like you, millions and billions of people have signed the same thing. And for some is working or some is not, because because that some is playing the game.
Yeah.
They are playing it properly. Some are using the profession, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you cannot complain saying that, why is this app like this? Why is the app not like this? I would advise you, if you have so much issue, just create your own app, or best create your own website, put all your work out there, and just link it on Instagram or LinkedIn, and just connect with your community. Because there's no point of complaining somewhere where you see you're not growing. You have chose to be there. So you cannot say that the platform is wrong or this or that. You cannot, because their thing intended is growth. And it's, again, like I said, it's a dog-eat-dog world, and every dog has its day. So some days you might have a very viral video which has 2 million, and you pin that video, which I didn't know you can do pin shit. I recently saw you could pin, and I was like, wow, let me pin something. And if you see, I didn't pin any dance or anything. I just pinned a message which I wrote on a story, which I felt was very important to remind, because, and it's also for me, every time when I open, I see the first thing over there, and it just reminds me like, okay, don't forget that, Sambo, because there's a lot of days I'm not this happy or inspired or motivated. There are a lot of days like that. So it's just random. When you see that, it just reminds me that, okay, so maybe I understood the value of that pin now. But a lot of people will put up, 2 million pin, and then you see other work is like wasted. Yeah. So they are trying to show that, oh, I have reached like a milestone, I reached that. Again, but they get upset that, oh, other videos are not doing well. Again, it's like a very weird algorithm. You have to understand this. And it's nothing to do, it doesn't define how good or bad your work is.
Exactly.
A lot of people think that, oh, if I have more likes and comments means my work is good. Cringy stuff also have a lot of likes and comments.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean it's
the most viral things are most
viral thing. That is what the internet is all about. Right? The internet wins because no matter what batch ape shit happens in the world, the internet will always have to come back to it with a funny way.
Yeah.
That is what the internet is. And that is what people love. Like, we call it humor or dark humor or whatever. It just works. So you cannot complain and be like, and say that or be upset that or think that my work is bad. No, it's not. It's just that some people, it just has reached the right people. If people have engaged into it and commented and messaged you personally and stuff, it means it has worked.
Exactly. And even if it hasn't happened, it has worked. For maybe a lot of people are not, a lot of times people will not message you or will not comment.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just put it out there and be embraced by the community, by the people, like whatever, by the universe. You don't have to worry about all that. And if you are very, like upset about this, then my advice is just create a website, put your entire portfolio work, everything over there in a very nice way, and just put it out there. Simple. There's this somewhere I read very interesting, where like about this flower not growing.
Yes. If the flower is not growing, it's not the fault of the flower. It's the fault of the surroundings and the environment. Maybe it's not getting enough nourishment and all of
Yeah,
that.
just get out of there.
Yeah. Beautiful. Yes.
But the way I see it is, I see a flower in trash. That's the way I see it. I'm like, wow.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I see it. Like I would rather tell them to be there, because that's what makes this whole place beautiful is you.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah, I could imagine that. Yeah. I've just pictured it. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I pictured
Something on AI chat GTP, like a dumpster with a sea view, and middle you have a flower with a bokeh effect.
Yeah.
That's the flower over there blossoming. Damn, internet, huh? That's amazing. We can literally have that. That's crazy. Editor, pull up a picture of this somewhere.
Edit it.
Yeah. Oh shit! And they're gonna edit this as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Nice.
One thing I just want to discuss, and that is because I am so much into it, and I recently got to know that you started with finger tutting and digits and all of that.
As a
Yeah.
kid, yeah.
Yeah. How did that start?
Now, I'll be very honest. Quest Crew Hawk. The iconic. Oh man. Like, see again, you see inspirations, you never know.
Yeah.
That's what connection is. That is what the power of art is. It took Hawk to make us connect with a topic that we didn't even know we had a resemblance in. Imagine, that's the power of art.
Unaware of our
I love
existence.
Hawk. He's one of the most creative
People. Yes.
alive. Like, it's crazy that he's not like so viral. But again, I feel that it's good that he's not that viral, because he's so special and unique. I don't want him to be like, like run down into like a washed up and stuff like that. But amazing man, Hawk.
But he
Love him because of him only. That was the beginning, and then obviously from there it led to a lot of research and YouTube videos and his friends who danced with him and stuff, and that led to that. But it was Hawk first, definitely. I'm not loving you,
that is such an old video.
Quest to semi-finale.
Yeah, every day, see that?
Yeah, they were wearing the color palette of yellow, purple, and white.
Yes.
That was a semi-finale performance. Fiaro was a Fiaro on bed.
Yes.
Where the b-boy, I forgot his name, he does the headspin on the piano.
I'm trying to recall his name. Yeah.
Shit, I also forgot his name. Man.
It's been so long.
Oh, shit.
I was
Victor.
Victor.
What? Yeah, it was Victor, right? Maybe, I mean.
Yeah, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Shit. I was a kid, back then. I was class 5.
Quest Crew had a massive influence in Fullstop, man. I'm telling you, Fullstop was a massive. We were massively inspired by America's Best Dance Troupe, definitely, but in Quest Crew a lot, because they were very versatile, very different.
Yeah.
And what I loved about Quest Crew, now that I really realized, that time also, but now since we're talking about them, the reason I love them, I think, because they are so versatile and they are so different from one another.
Yes, exactly.
Like the individuality shines, but that is the biggest strength, their diversity. They are so different that they look good together. And you see that from their style to their choreographies, their moves, I think the whole world has copied, especially India has copied that whole section.
I know. I have done it in school. Like, tried to.
I have done it too.
Yeah.
Fullstop has done it like crazy, bro. Like, what is true is true. I'm not gonna lie about it. Quest had a massive influence. Like, Quest Crew was and still one of my favorite. I mean, each of the characters are amazing, Like, right now, I don't know if they're that active or this or that, but I do.
I don't think
but I do follow Hawk because there's just some people you don't want to let go. Hawk is one of them, because I just love the way he is, and it's crazy. Sometimes you connect with them because I think he's also going through some shit in his life, and I could resonate with that, and it just feels kind of comforting knowing that the people you look up to also feel this.
Yeah.
So maybe someone looking at me will also feel like, oh shit, even Sambo feels this. I think this is a ongoing thing, and
Yes,
it's a
absolutely.
very human thing.
It is. And I feel the same way with Philip Shabib.
Yeah, Pac-Man. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
Pac-Man.
genius.
Like, such a genius. Yes, the word is genius. There is no other word to
no other
describe
word. Yeah,
it.
genius. Absolutely.
Like, whatever he does.
Genius personality.
Yeah. So do you still finger tat or?
I mean,
like,
not like that. Not like you. Like, like fall into it like that. I think I keep evolving. That was a long
Yes.
time ago. So, but yeah, I can. I can still hold my 90s.
Oh, cool! You can
Yeah.
still do that.
Still do that, but I'm shaking like crazy. But yeah, I mean, I can still do a little bit of that, but I don't really committed and gone into it like you have and other
Mhm.
people who actually do this thing. But yeah, when I used to do it, I used to do it like crazy. It was my life.
What was that? What would that year be like? If you can recall, how old were you back then?
It was just not. It was just nice. Summer felt nice. Winter felt warm. It was just different.
What year was it? I would like to know your
I
idea.
honestly can't recollect. I mean, I'm almost 30 now, and I'm doing this for almost 2 decades.
Yeah.
So it's a long, long, long time ago.
Because the reason I ask is because I wanna like document how tutting and finger styles got into India and what all things influenced.
YouTube.
Of course, YouTube.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean,
Like, different people have had different.
Akash, there's also like this thing. If you have a document, no, you got to go to places where there is a community of this and people do. There are so many people who probably are doing this
Yes.
who are not even on the internet.
No, I know of the, because I'm also part of Tutting India. That is like the.
yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
So and also like
Shout out to Tutting India.
and I have this entity called Shape Your Sunday.
Shape Your Sunday.
Shape Your Sunday. That also like sponsors this podcast.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
yeah.
Shape Your Sunday almost sounds like a yoga retreat group, like where it's like, imagine if I was like just siding up on the internet looking for a thing and I just see Shape Your Sunday and there's no creative anything. It's just like, oh, Shape Your Sunday. Let me go. And I see everyone who's just like doing this and I'm like, okay, breathe and yoga. Like, this is not what it seems like. Imagine it'd be so crazy.
Yeah. Maybe I should put up a yoga class post.
I think it's about April 1st.
Just to talk with
April
people.
1st and just like Shape Your Sunday and like a yoga retreat, like you have to put it in like with a voice note, like like with a voice like Shape Your Sunday, a yoga retreat where everyone comes for divine peace and they come in and like, oh, that what's happening?
I might use just this audio.
Oh yeah, nice.
Not gonna pay you.
I can,
though.
yeah, you can just use this, like my lawyers will get in touch with you. If you want to really emphasize, you have to just go really deep and really close and be like, yes. You should like really go deep, like Saloni.
Yeah.
Saloni. She has a very deep voice.
Yeah, she does.
Has she been on the pod?
Yeah, she has been.
Oh, nice. So people
Yes.
know. Saloni has a very deep, like she can be an RJ for sure.
For sure. For sure.
Good morning, Ahmedabad. And maybe probably an RJ with my personality, like the goofy side of mine.
Side of
Like,
yours.
good morning, Ahmedabad. Today, Suche or Suche?
That's what you pick up from Ahmedabad, yeah?
That's what I got.
And Papda.
Fafra is Fafra.
Papda.
Fafra. Fafra is lungs. No? There's gonna be a meme. I am now officially part of the internet. Suddenly he's listening to my face when I say Fafra. And shit, I'm just giving the meme people idea. Please don't make a meme on me. That is also a meme. Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah,
It's all
let's end on a high end. Let's end on a meme. And maybe we'll have you over the next time you're here.
Yeah, sure, man. Is this season 1?
We are not doing seasons. We are just doing it.
Oh, just going for the
we're just
run,
going,
huh?
yeah.
Nice. So I'm what
Countlessly.
episode? I'm episode
This
what?
is episode 8.
Episode 8. Wow, that's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing, man.
So it is episode 8 for MisB Talks.
Yeah.
So, and before that, Shape Your Sunday. That's I did podcast for like 3 seasons there, and I did like 21, 22 episodes.
So you have a different pod over there as well, a different community.
So, yes, exactly. So
Nice.
like Shape Your Sunday is my entity, and when I got got with Misbehaving Beautifully, I just proposed this idea. Let's start a podcast.
Nice.
You know, we have
Nice.
such an amazing space. We have so many people who have so much to teach, so much to tell, and these talks cannot happen in a class. You know, these talks or any talks that we have on a podcast cannot be done in a class because they are paying you money and you are also conscious. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is the extra insight.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, like, it's just that. It's just an insight. That's all. I mean, if people who, like I said, like out of hundreds and thousands of people, a couple will engage into this and be like, wow, it's interesting that
Yes.
this conversation was exchanged. So, yeah. Yeah, man, all the best with both the podcasts. I hope you get the bag.
Thank you.
More than importantly, I hope you send out the right message to your audience and stuff like that. Because in the end, we have to remember that no matter what we do, be it art or be it doing podcasts or whatever, it has to do it with the intention of inspiring and changing people and helping them.
Absolutely.
Because I would wish the same for me.
Absolutely. Yes, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, all the best with what you're doing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you
And
so
I
much.
hope you will become a meme like me. Yeah.
One day, maybe.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was fun chatting with you. Getting down.
Pleasure's all mine.
All good. I'm going to see you in class tomorrow, by the way. Yeah? We had 8-hour sessions today, huh?
Yeah, this was the longest one, na?
This is the longest one.
Maybe tomorrow we'll have a long one.
Never say that this was, you never know.
Yeah.
You knowing me, I'll be like, oh, you said this is the longest? Come tomorrow. Yeah. So, yeah. Jeff, man, it was fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And ভালো থেকো তুমি বাঙালি আমি বাঙালি and আসছে বছর আবার হবে IIT episode. People who don't know this, you can translate or ask your Bengali friend. My name is Sambo. He's Akash. We are misbehaving beautifully, and I want to see you on the next one. That's your cue, Rao.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
Just
Peace.
सुन ना एक फेवर चाहिए यार रॉकिंग चला देना